welcome Zachary Levi.
Photo right here, yes. You guys ready for a photo? Get those lights up, everybody. Get those lights up. Ready, big eye. All right, Zachary.
Yes, that's me.
We have a little surprise for you. There was a photo that you posted in around 2013. I don't know if you've seen this. Can you show this photo here? Can you pull up that photo for us? You look so amazing. And this photo...
I think sexy was the word you were looking for.
This photo is beloved here at Salt Lake Comic Con. And what you might not know is we actually have 40 people cosplaying as that right now. Check this out. Come on out, guys. Come on out.
This is too much. This is too much. Why would you do this? Good. That's all really good. That's really good stuff. Oh, the littlest one. Hi. Yep. Oh, and now everybody's taking a knee.
Now we want to get a photo.
Oh my gosh, there's more.
There's so many more.
There really are 40.
If we could have you stand right here.
I'm going to stand right here.
Right here. So come on out.
How's that view?
And I have something for... I have something...
This is ridiculous. If I knew this was gonna happen when I agreed to come back, I definitely would have come back. Oh my gosh, there's not even enough room to get everybody on the stage. Scrunch in, scrunch in. We got any more? We good? We're good, that's it. Oh, I gotta just take a second. You guys are all rock stars and I love you so much. I can't even believe it. Let's give it up for these guys right now. Let's do that. Oh, look at you. It's the wrong color.
All right, guys, we are going to do a photo right here. Okay, ready? You're going to hold up your hands? Perfect.
Taking a minute?
Yep. On the count of 3, guys, go nuts. 1, 2, 3. Everybody give it up for Zachary Levi.
Hey. Awesome. Literally. I would be crying if I wasn't on medication right now. It's incredible. How's everybody doing out there? You guys good? Good. I'm really happy I came back to Salt Lake City. I had such a good time in March. Who was here in March? All right. Well, you're going to get the same panel. I don't know what to tell you. It was the same video, and the same thing happened. Less Than Perfect came up and nobody yipped. Nobody yelled. It's like, what was that? I don't remember that show. Was that Andy Dick on that show? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. All right. Woo, save your voices. It's a long day. Well, you guys know how I work, so I'm just going to go right into fan Q&A. So yes, hi, what would you like to talk about? Hi. Is it working? Let's make sure that microphone's working. No, not working. No, you can shout it at me, and then I'll just repeat it to the audience. So
I've got a loud enough voice.
Oh, I think it's working now.
Hello?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, how was it like working with Adam Baldwin, and do you have any good stories?
It was fantastic working with Adam Baldwin. Adam he's really just a big teddy bear, which is, I probably shouldn't tell everybody that because he makes a living being so gruff and scary. But he's really not at all. He's just a family man. He's got his kids, he loves his kids. He really just works his butt off to support his family and really was just kind of a father figure on set oftentimes, and he has such an amazing past of past work that he's been able to glean from, and we were able to glean from. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know that Chuck ever would have launched had we not had an Adam Baldwin in the cast, because Nobody else in the show really had, like again, I did less than perfect. Nobody remembers. I was a fetus back then. And, but Yvonne was fresh off the boat, or plane, whatever she came over from Australia in. And Sarah Lancaster had done some work, but it hadn't really, like Adam had a fan following. We showed the pilot for Chuck down at San Diego Comic-Con, and we had it was not even like half the people. Like, I can't believe, how many people are in this room? 1 million? A million beautiful people. And we got a standing ovation, and it was all because Adam was in Firefly. Nobody cared about anybody else. They were like, well, let's see if this thing's shiny. And it was, and people thought it was really shiny. We owe at least the beginning of that show's success to Adam Baldwin. So thank you, Adam. I love you so much wherever you are on that last ship of yours. And it was really lovely. And as far as like stories, no, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time remembering anything nowadays. But I do feel like the episode where we had to kiss was just ridiculous. And I was asked this yesterday, and people have asked me in the past who's a better kisser between Nathan Fillion and Adam Baldwin. And the answer is Nathan Fillion. They're both good kissers, but Nathan has more supple lips. So there you go. You're welcome. Hi. What's your question?
What's your favorite candy?
Ooh. I see we're getting the hard-hitting questions early. Gosh, what is my favorite candy? That's a great question. I don't eat a lot of candy. I'm not really like a sweet tooth guy. I'm more of a savory tooth guy. Anybody out here who's kind of more of a, you know what I mean? Like if you're just like the late night snack, I'm not going for like the ice cream. Don't get me wrong, I like me some ice cream. I've recently been on a gelato kick. Anybody like a gelato? Which is basically just fancy ice cream. That's all it is. But it tastes so much better. This is my panel, okay? I'm kidding. Yeah, but I like chips and like beef jerky and stuff. Like if I'm gonna have, snacks, that's normally what I go for. If there was a beef jerky candy, I'd be in heaven. Actually, I'm sure there's like some jelly beans that are like beef jerky flavored something. I don't know what my favorite candy would be. It kind of just like what I'm in the mood for. Typically, like I like a Snickers. Just like a good old Snickers. I think is like really tasty. But there's also like candy bars that are super regional, so I don't know if like everybody gets them, but has anybody ever had a whatchamacallit? Okay. So those are good too. I don't know. You know what I do appreciate is now we have like these the bite bags, so like once upon a time, like, I only wanted like half a Snickers. And, like a full Snickers in that sitting would have been too much Snickers. And now I can have Snickers bites, and I like that. So there you go. That's about it. No, you don't have to applaud that guy. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yes, hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great now.
Oh, because you have power behind a microphone?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the power. I want to say that you have a smile that lights up the world. My question is...
Do we have to go to a question? I feel like that was good. I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding. Go. Yes. What do you? Yes.
Did you do your own stunts on Chuck?
I did as much as they would allow me to do, which was all of it. That's not true. That's not even close to true. No. That was kind of my favorite part of the show. I've said before in interviews, when you're an actor, you get to do comedies, you get to do drama, if you're, blessed enough to go and work, which I've been blessed enough to go and do for a good little while now. But one of the things that, there's only two people in the world that get to do things that spies do, and that's actual spies and people who play spies on television. So every bit of the stunt stuff that, they would let me do, I was like, yes, put me in that harness and hang me off a building. I want to do that right now. They chafe though. Those harnesses are not super. The way they get up and never mind. Super chafy. Super chafy. That's a technical term. You can look that up later. But I loved it. I loved all of those stunts. But there were some stunts that I literally could not do because I don't have, as much as I know, it looked like the Intersect really gave me all those powers. So, you know, we had to have doubles to do a lot of, like, the flippings and the things with the flips and the other flips. So I couldn't do those, clearly. And then there were some stunts that I physically probably could have done if they weren't so dangerous that the legal department at Warner Brothers was like, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. We got one of you, and we got a whole bunch of stunt people that we can dress up like you. And if they get hurt, that's okay, which is totally screwed up, by the way. It's not that they think it's okay that somebody gets hurt. I don't think that they think that. They just know that if they do get hurt, they can go rehab. They can walk that off and go talk to a doctor. They could be missing from work. I didn't get a day off of work for like 3 years. I genuinely didn't get a day off. It was, but when you're, the show was called Chuck, so the titular character. Titular is a real word, by the way. You can look that up later. I learned that while on Chuck when somebody said, you're the titular character. I said, I beg your pardon. Google. So I think that answered your question. Awesome. I'm super tangential and verbose, which are not a good combination. Yeah, all the people who talk too much and talk in the wrong directions. Awesome. Hey, how many kids does it take? How many kids with ADD does it take to screw in a light bulb? You want to go ride bikes? It's one of my favorite jokes. And I didn't even tell it right. I had so much ADD, I started telling it incorrectly. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
I have a question about your upcoming Psych
movie. You guys over here excited about that Psych movie? You guys over there excited about the Psych movie? How's the middle feeling about the Psych movie? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Sometimes I feel like I just need to stand up and walk around a little bit, you know what I mean? Yes, so, sorry, you have a question?
So my question is, do blondes really have more fun?
Wouldn't you like to know? You would, right? That's why you asked the question. I love that there's like our volunteer here with the questions. This gentleman was kind of ushering her closer to the microphone, and it almost looked like he was there just to make sure she didn't faint, like just had a hand. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful blondes in the audience today. This is Salt Lake City. Get it? But no, I don't know. I don't know that I had any more fun as a blonde. I just have fun in general, or I try to. You just have fun under a different hue, I guess. Thanks for the question. Hi, female Flynn Rider.
Hello. My question for you.
Flynn Rider.
It's Fiona.
Fiona Rider.
Yes.
What? Fiona is the female version of Flynn?
Yes.
Is this official?
I read it on the internet.
You read it on the internet. Well, case closed.
If it's on the internet,
If I believed everything I read on the internet, I wouldn't leave the house. WebMD would just paralyze me. Forever. Is coffee good for you or bad for you? I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
my question for you is, do you like live action acting or voice acting better?
Well, based on your attire, I love them both. I love them both. I mean, I think they are very different. And you know, people joke a lot, including myself, just, you know, how fun and easy voiceover acting can be, because you can literally, you know, like with live action, you show up, go through hair and makeup, got wardrobe, you got to learn your blocking and learn your lines, and you got other actors that you're dealing. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on. And with voiceover, you can literally stroll in without having showered, and which I've never done. I can keep doing that. You guys just laugh. It's so weird. See? God, I love you guys. We love you too. I love you. Okay, stop it. I mean, don't stop loving me, but you know what I mean. I love you too. Okay, let's not have a love contest right now. We don't have time. We don't have time. We burned up so much time in the beginning of this taking photos. So it's quite less complicated to do voice acting. However, I think that really good voice acting, and not to put myself into that bucket, although I do think I do a pretty good job, but you have to put your whole kind of soul into it, and you don't. When I'm playing Chuck, I can use my hands and my facial expressions, and I'm building that whole character with my body and with my voice. But as a voice actor, you really only are using or have the ability to use your voice. And the animators do have a camera in there oftentimes to kind of look at your movements and gesticulations and things like that. Gesticulation is a real word. Not what you think it might be. So you do have that, but you still have to bring it to life, like really bring it to life. Unfortunately, I studied voice acting since I was a child because I watched cartoons relentlessly, and I love them and I love it, and so I love them both equally, and both are difficult and both are fun. Thank you, Flynn. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I know that everybody here knows you're a great actor and a big ol' nerd.
Well, I don't know. Everybody knows that.
Does everyone know?
I think that.
I feel like they know. Anyway, my question is...
I feel like they know. And I'm just gonna throw it out there.
So my question is, I'm a big fan of you in musicals.
Thank you.
So I can say things and make them clap too. Anyway, my question is, do you have any upcoming musical projects? And if not, can you tell us your dream Broadway role?
Sure. Wow, that was just like totally, like, it just happened. It's just, I'm not a monkey. And monkeys can't sing. There. Okay, everybody, wow, there's wolves in the audience now? What has happened? So, I was at the Bash. Anybody at the Bash last night? Yeah, so vocal cords are not in the greatest form tonight, this morning. For upcoming musical stuff, not Les Mis, come on. Think outside the box. So I don't really have anything lined up as far as like Broadway musicals. If I do, well, you know what I did? I did just sing a song. I sang a duet that is going to be Flynn and Lance on the Tangled television series. Lance is played by James Monroe Iglehart, Tony Award winner for Aladdin. He played the genie on Broadway. I gave him his Tony, by the way. And then nobody gave me mine. It's fine, guys. It was Hamilton's year, and continues to be Hamilton's year. It's not stopping, ever.
Dear Evan Hansen's a little...
What's that?
Dear Evan Hansen.
Dear Evan Hansen did very well. They did very well too. Lots of people did very well. so we just did that. We just recorded a song for that, which is a lot of fun. And then, so I was teasing, for those of you who follow me on social media, if you don't follow me on social media, I would really appreciate if you did. I'm at Zachary Levi on Twitter, and at Zachary Levi on Instagram, and at Zachary Levi on whatever the heck else pops up. But I was teasing about possibly doing a jazz show when I was in town. That's not going to happen, so calm down. I couldn't get together. I couldn't get it together soon enough. It's a very difficult thing. There's a lot of moving parts and people that need to play instruments. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. You never know. What I would like to do, though, that was kind of going to be the first fruits of what could potentially be going and doing a lot of shows around the country and stuff. Because I, at the ripe old age of 37, next Friday, my birthday's next Friday. I know what you're thinking. How is he not still 29? Look at this. So I would, but I realized that, acting has been a really beautiful gift to me, and God has blessed me tremendously through my acting career. But I really, really love music, and I love to sing, and it brings me a lot of joy, and I've had a lot of people on the social medias saying, when are you going to record an album? Or when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? And that prodding is not unnoticed, and it does make me feel more confident about, possibly recording more music and releasing that music, but also wanting to go and sing actual live shows. Because I like this, as you can probably tell. I like being able to see you guys and interact with you guys and crack wise with 1922. Yeah, see? Look at the getaway sticks on that broad. By the way, isn't that like the greatest term for a lady's legs? Getaway sticks? It's the best. I don't know where I heard it, but I'm gonna use it till the day I die. And it's true because most women are just trying to get away from men. That's what you're doing. Get out of here. Get away sticks. They could be getaway sticks on guys too. We could. We're trying to get away from a lot of things like, responsibility. That's a joke. That's a joke. Women do that too. What were we talking about? So I do want to get into music more. I am developing a show, a scripted show that might include some music in that. So if I do that, and if it makes it on the air, I hope you guys would watch. I hope you guys watch whatever it is I do, because if you don't, then I can't keep doing it anymore. So, and then I'll be sitting up on a stage at much smaller conventions for much smaller groups of people going, could you tell us about when you were Chuck once upon a time? So I'll have nothing else to talk about, which would be sad. I think that's about it on the music side. But thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, and as far as Broadway dream role, I don't know. I don't know that it's been written. You were like, your getaway sticks almost got you away. I don't know. I don't know that it's been written yet. I don't know. Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate that. Chuck on Broadway? No. Watch me not getting any work for the next 10 years. I'm like, yes, please, anything. Chuck on Broadway, that's fine. Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to ask what you have done to offend the Pop Funko people, because I need a Chuck Pop and a Eugene Fitzherbert Pop and all the Pops. Is there anything we can do or that you can do to make this happen?
So they did, I don't know what I did to offend the Funkies. What do you call the Funko people? Funksters? No, I don't know. I didn't realize that there was no Flynn Eugene Pop until I was I think was it here actually, wasn't it? It was maybe in March, and some folks came up dressed as Flynn and Rapunzel and had some Rapunzel funks and Maximus funks. They had to make a whole new mold even to make the horse. some version of another head and body and just paint a different color. And no Chuck Pops, which really bumps me out. I feel like I've done a few things that are deserving of a Funko Pop. Thank you. Thank you. I think Funko knows this. They're not unaware. I was ranting a bit on Twitter, actually in March when all that went down. If you really want one, then I would suggest you just bug the hell out of them. Just go crazy. Actually, you know what? After you leave this panel today, I want everybody to just blow up Funko and be like, hey, Funksters. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Hashtag Funko for Zach. That's perfect. Whatever you want. And then, knowing my luck, Zac Efron's about to get a pop. Or Quinta. There'll be like a Spock pop in like 2 seconds. They'll be like, we did it! And you're like, no! Big Galifianakis bearded pop will just pop. I think that's the answer, yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Zach.
Hello, Frodo.
Hello.
Hello, Frodo.
All right, so speaking of your other roles, I actually loved you as Fandral in Thor, The Dark World.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. My question is, what was it like stepping into that role since it was already previously established? Like, no shade to the first Fandral. But,
no shade, no shade. Well, the long and the short of that story was, I actually was cast as Fandral in the initial film. Chuck was renewed for like 6 extra episodes that season. They wouldn't let me out, so I couldn't play Fandral in the first film, but Josh Dallas was able to, yes, give it up for Josh Dallas. Very, very talented, lovely guy. Married to a very, very talented, lovely woman. And living in Storybook Land. Or whatever that city is. It's more of a town. It's a hamlet, isn't it? It's kind of a, never mind. So I just like the term hamlet. I think we should all live in little hamlets. But not live a life like Hamlet. That would be a really... Anyway. I digress. I do that a lot. I'm a digresser. I'm doing it right now by talking about how I digress. Wow, that's meta. So Josh stepped in, and I thought that ship had sailed, and that's that. And then a couple years go by, and Chuck had wrapped up. And then I get a call from my agent, and they said, hey, Marvel was wondering if you'd like to play Fandral. And I did one of those, it's like, you know, this doesn't make any sense. And it turned out Josh was in the exact same position that I was in. He was doing Once Upon a Time, and they wouldn't let him out of that schedule, and so then they needed somebody to... So I was like, so it was like what that girl just did a second ago. She was like getaway sticking, and then not getaway sticking, and then she was getaway sticking again, and then... so then I got to, at least for one film, I got to, you know, be Fandral the Dashing, and it was super cool, and everybody was very welcoming, and I think most of the cast even knew kind of some of that story. So, because I was very, you know, trepidatious about it. I didn't want to be the usurper. I didn't want to feel like the usurper. I feel like I'm bothering people all the time anyway. Does anybody else feel like that? They're just constantly, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm constantly, like I have a hard time asking people for help because I feel like I'm always like bugging them. I was like, you know, like a super nerd when I was growing up. I still kind of am. And so I don't know. I always have these like weird, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Can I come over and have a snack? Like that's what my family life was super jacked up, and I was always at other friends' homes. I could just feel their parents like, does he actually have a home? Like, what is he? He's here all the time. Anyway, more digression. And that relates to Fandral because, but then I got to go and be the part of the film and, you know, be in that universe. And it is very fun getting to play not just a Marvel character, but one that is like kind of a Errol Flynn, you know, and I love the old throwback. I love the old movie stars. I love the old characters they used to play, and being a swashbuckler and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's like it's cool, and being blonde and British, which is apparently a theme for me. yeah, it was a lovely time. Thank you, Bilbo. Oh, Frodo. Baggins. Catch all, really. Hi.
Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh man, face down.
It's okay. Deep breath. I'm right here. Just you and me. Everyone else is in their underwear.
When you were last here in FanX, when James and Dulé as well have debuted, you were kind of triggered with their fanfare. Shut up! Stop cheering them!
I don't like when they get cheers at all. I don't think they're deserving of them. They're not good people. I'm kidding. Dulé's great. Continue.
So, seeing that kind of mentality you had, were there any given pranks or antics that have occurred on set or that you've had with the Psych cast since they are so nuts?
Because they're so nuts. Well, it's a good thing you know that they are absolutely out of their mind. No, I don't know that there was really any hijinks. I'm not really, I don't know. I myself have never been a practical joker. Again, because I think, I don't know, because I feel like I'm bothering people. And it's like, oh, there's one more thing I'm bothering them with. Like, it was funny to you, Zach. Nobody else thought it was funny to put hair gel on the doorknob, okay? No, I can't think of any hijinks, but I had such a great time. We shot it up in Vancouver, and it was the first time in my career that I'd ever actually shot anything in Vancouver, which for an actor in LA who's worked in Hollywood for 15 years, everyone was like, what? This is the first time you've shot in Vancouver, and it's like the other Los Angeles. Like, how could you have never been up there? I was like, I know, I hadn't been up there. But it was awesome. We had a great crew, and the cast was fantastic. And because it was so long in the making, because I had really, Dulé and I became friends at like NBC functions and years ago. And then I was doing Nerd HQ, and I had asked if they would come do panels, and that's how I met Steve Franks and James Roday and Chris Enzi, and they were so supportive. They were so lovely and so cool, and definitely felt very familial, very very akin to my sensibilities and spirit. And then to find out that the Psychos and the Chucksters were basically such a huge crossover, like Venn diagram of like a similar tone of show and everything. And I was like, wow, that's all very serendipitous. Serendipitous is a word, you can look that up. And Serendipity is a restaurant in New York where you can get really great hot chocolate. Calm down. So then through that we became more friendly, and then they were asking if I could be a part of their musical episode, and then I couldn't because I was playing Fandral. That's very weird that I couldn't play Fandral, then I couldn't do that because I was Fandral. Anyway, so they kept me in mind all the way to the Psych movie, which, by the way, as you probably guessed, we all knew we were doing when we were here in March, but we couldn't say anything about it. Joke was on you. It's so weird, like how much like the secrets that we have to keep in Hollywood. Like, don't tip anyone off. Like, why? Isn't it a good secret? Are they gonna like it? Anyway, by the way, I really think you guys are gonna love this movie. It is super fun, and I get to go back to being blonde. So. Had just as much fun as a brunette, and but yeah, no, I can't think of any hijinks. But a grand time was had by all. So yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yes, darling. Hello.
Hi. So, as a longtime fan of your career, Kip Stedman.
Thank you. Somebody cares about less than perfect. Thank you very much.
You didn't have a specific Broadway dream role, but I have one.
You have one for you or for me? For you. Oh.
I would desperately love someday to see you play Harold Hill in The Music Man.
In The Music Man.
Either on film or on stage, I will be there, and if the casting gods ever listen to me, I hope they're listening now. Is that a role you're interested
casting
in?
Gods. I've been praying to one god for a long time, and I feel like the casting gods might be a group of, good folk to be like, yes. Do you know Jesus? Because he's been on my. But you guys, is it? Jeff? Are they related to Jeff, the God of Biscuits? Thank you. That is a role that has been kicked around that I think would be a lot of fun to play. That others have also said, have you considered Harold Hill and the Music Man? You know, the truth is, really, at the end of the day, I'm just waiting for anybody. I'm waiting for them to go, would you like to play something? If I was Brad Pitt, I could just go to people and say, I want that, and they go, okay. But I'm not Brad Pitt. That I know of. I'm better! Guys. I appreciate that. I'm different. Let's not make it a competition. I'm different than Brad Pitt. I'm younger, that's for sure. And I don't have 1,000 children that I know of. Calm down. So Harold Hill, I think, could be a lot of fun. They did a revival of that like in 2001, something like that. So it's been a little bit. 2003. Thank you, Wikipedia. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot of fun. I really want to try to not have to do a musical every time I'm on Broadway. I'd love to just do a comedy or a drama even or something. Worrying about your vocal cords all the time is Hamilton. Jeez, can Hamilton just take a break for a second? Also, white guy. So, anyway. Everybody stop shouting. Everybody stop. My panel, my microphone. I've got the conch. Thank you to all the Lord of the Flies fans out there. And sucks to your ass, Mar Piggy. What were we talking about? Yeah, so Harold Hill and the Music Man. Thank you very much. Yes.
So we've been talking a lot about like live action acting and voice acting, but I was wondering what you enjoy about like stage acting and that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, yes. I love stage acting because of this very thing. I mean, there is something that's so incredibly powerful and magical and symbiotic between a performer and a live audience. When you're doing anything that's recorded and then shown later, it's done in a vacuum. You can tell a little bit from your producers or writers or director or fellow cast members or even crew that happen to be there on the day if something might be funny. Although even that's difficult because for sound purposes, they're not really allowed to laugh. You just kind of might see in the corner of your eye everybody going like, and even that might be false, so you don't know. But when you can, when you can deliver a joke or finish a musical number or something, and the crowd is with you, you feel it. And it's the greatest drug in the world. I mean, it's literally, I think it's called dopamine. Or serotonin, or both, I don't know. I'm not somebody else. Wikipedia, what is it? You have like, all of the things that go off in your mind and your body, and it really is tremendous. So it's incomparable. And, being able to know that you're bringing the audience, not the cast, crew, or anybody else that's all a part of making what it is, but the people who are meant to receive said project, that that you are delivering to them exactly what they paid for, hopefully exactly what they paid for. Is very, 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 very fulfilling. It's also very taxing, particularly on Broadway when you're doing 8 shows a week. It is no joke. I can't stress that enough. It is no joke. Before I did Broadway, I probably had, the most I'd ever done were like 4 shows a week when I was doing community theater and whatnot. I thought about doing Broadway. I had friends tell me, friends such as Zachary Levi, who would tell me things like, 8 shows a week is no joke. And I think I have a pretty good idea of myself and my abilities, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, cool. And then people would be like, no, Zach, 8 shows a week is no joke. I'm like, yeah, got it. And then I did First Date, and I was doing 8 shows a week. Thank you very much. And then I started doing 8 shows a week. And it's no joke. And then I became the person telling other people who were coming to me going, I was thinking about doing Broadway. I was like, 8 shows a week is no joke. Because it really is, and especially for a musical, like you don't live a normal life. You can't go, and like I would never have been able to go to the Bash last night, or if I did, I would not have been able to speak to anyone. There were often times I would have to go to parties and things for promotion or whatever, and on my phone, I did Nerd HQ after a week of previews, or 2 weeks of previews on First Date. I had to come do Nerd HQ, and the whole time, all weekend long, on my phone, I had just written in a note saying, I'm sorry I can't, it was so douchey, it was like, I'm sorry I can't talk, I'm on vocal rest, or something like that, I don't know what it was. Sorry, I gotta save the gift. That's what they call it, by the way, saving the gift. It's so ridiculous. But true. But yeah, I get. Like if I had to, like, listen to my voice right now. If I did this and I went to go do a Broadway show, they'd be like, go home. What are you doing? You have nothing left. Wow, I keep losing my place. Oh, but yeah, live audience, live performance. I live for it. And part of the reason I live for it too is because you really, it's the most unadulterated thing that you can do as a performer. If I go and perform in a television show or a movie, that is filtered through a director, a writer, continue to be filtered through a director and a writer, and the producers, and the editors, and the network, and the studio. By the time you actually see my performance, everybody's weighed in and chosen different takes or cuts or whatever. But if I get out on the stage, nobody can tell me what to do. Nobody can tell me what to do! And I love that. I love that. Like that's why I like fan Q&A and not a moderator, because I don't want to know what I'm going to be asked. I think it's super fun when I don't know what you guys are going to ask me, as long as you're respectful. And you are. And you guys have been super respectful. So I got time for. I know it's going to say I have no more time right now, but I don't believe in clocks. So so I'm going to go with one more. Is that cool? Okay, one more. Hi, beep bloop blah bleep boop bloop. That's a R2D2 shirt. I know that was the best R2 impression you've ever heard. I'm not even kidding. My nephew Griffin, who is God's gift to children, he actually makes noises like R2D2 that are, he doesn't realize obviously, because he hasn't been able to watch the glory of the original 3 films, and will never see the prequels. Because why, really? Because why? But he makes noises, and I'm like, oh my gosh! I just want to put you in a little trash can and just roll you around. This would be weird. Yes.
Okay. So loving Flynn Rider as I do.
Thank you.
I must ask. Do you have a real-life smolder?
I feel like this has been asked so many times, and I always give the smolder.
God bless you.
God bless you. By the way, that smolder was not, that was an animated, that the animators created that. That was not me. Oh, look at me over there on that big screen. You guys might as well just be watching TV at home. That's what we're doing. Or it's kind of a movie, really. You're kind of on an angle, so you're getting a little bit of both. You're getting me in Dolby Digital Surround right here. This is stereo Zach. All right. Well, I think that's my time. Before I go, I love you too. Before I go, I hope you said I love you. Otherwise, that'd be awkward. You're kind of boring. I love you too. But before I go, I just want to say that the convention circuit is such a an interesting thing, and as you guys know, because this is your convention, this is your kind of home convention, and I just kind of started doing it this year with you guys. And the reason I'm here right now on this stage in September, true fans, oh that's right, that was the running joke last time. That's right. Good callback. You know, our business, Hollywood, can be brutal. Can be really, 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 really brutal, and it makes you question all kinds of stuff. It makes you question your choices in life. It makes you question your faith. It makes you question your value and your worth. I mean, you guys who follow me on social media, I try to empower you in these various things, because know that I'm struggling with those same things. A lot of us who get up on these stages struggle with these same things, because it's difficult. It's difficult not to feel like you're worthless when you're not getting hired for certain jobs. It's difficult to not play the comparison game, which is a huge thing, right? We all do this in our lives. And imagine, you know, you're now, in 1 second everybody thinks you're the greatest thing in the world, and the next second you're like, oh yeah, but there's a new version of you that we're going to put into all of these movies and all these TV shows. So just know that when I come here to Salt Lake, or even when I go to other conventions, but the biggest reason why I am doing this, aside from, you know, making some scratch and all that, you know, being able to make some cash, but I want you guys to know just how much your love means to me. I want you to know how much your support means to me, because I would not be able to do what I do. I wouldn't. I'm far too insecure. What was that? Oh, let's not make a fight about Jeremy Jordan and me. I love Jeremy, and I know I'm better than him. I'm kidding. But actually, you know, that's a good example though. Like Jeremy is like he's a talented, younger, good-looking, you know, not version of me, but like he's a really talented guy, and we've been up for the same jobs sometimes. And it's very difficult when you lose that job and you go, what's wrong with me? What's broken in me? I mean, acting is it's a super crazy, nutty profession. But I feel your love. I feel buoyed by your love. When you guys come by and you support me and you watch my shows, or you buy tickets to my movies, or you come and see Broadway shows that I do, just know that it is not lost on me, and know that I genuinely care, and I genuinely want to empower you even more. That's why I tell you every single time I see you that you are the producers. You are the reason why any of these TV shows are even made. You're the reasons why any of these shows, these Broadway shows or movies or anything are made. And please do not forget that. Know that every single time you start feeling like your singular voice doesn't matter, that's a lie, because your voice does matter. And particularly when your voice and the person next to you's voice and the person next to you's voice are a collective, and you can say together, we want this or we don't want this, we listen. I listen specifically, but all those studios that are trying to take your money, or the networks and everybody are trying to sell you things, or pharmaceutical companies or whatever it is, you guys get to make the difference. If you guys say no more, there will be no more. And if you guys say we want more, then there will be more. So, I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you so much for being here on my panel here.